Isoko Wado.
Hey.
Isoko Wado.
Hey.
Isoko Wado.
Hey.
Wade. 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 Yeah, I am Fidelis Ajiro and
I'm Oganemaru Ozi.
Fine. This is the first Isoko community called EROHWA. The first Isoko community according to history. And this is history of EROHWA. And we just have to come down to step our feet in the first Isoko community. So, in fact, how do you see the Isoko community? How do you see everywhere? And what do you think?
Yeah, it is good to be at home. It's really good to be at home. You know, I've been hearing about EROHWA, and I've not been here, and this is my first time in this community. I'm so proud to see myself in my roots and in my voice. I don't know what to say, but I am really so proud because I'm so excited to be in my ancestors' land.
Yeah.
The first community of Isoko in Delta State, the first community of Isoko as a whole in this earth. We are in the community called EROHWA.
We learned that the first Isoko community is EROHWA.
Just like that.
And then I'm from Araya community. He's from Olia, from Ojala. And we'll be trying to make some research and find this, and we discover that EROHWA was the first community in Isoko. And that is why we are here. So we've checked, went around, tried to reach the Odeolobo, but it's not in time before we get to you. So that is why we want to just ask you some few questions so that we will now know what to do, because it's not good you are taking your research just based on knowledge. So let's go to the ground and get the facts. And that is why we're here. Okay, like the first question says, is it true that EROHWA is the first Isoko community?
Yes.
Okay, very good, sir. The EROHWA is a man, the father, be?
He's a man.
Did he come with his brothers or not?
To what I understand and what they told me, EROHWA, I don't know whether it's a man, it's a human being. Yeah, so, and he married only to Yusuf, and he get back to 4 children. See? So it is the children that bond here and there. Even though I never know whether I carry somebody as a brother together.
Okay, where are the children are being located today?
The children are in this community.
Okay, they did not spread out or go out.
They go out now. EROHWA here, Ugoboku. From EROHWA here. You know where they are calling Ugoboku.
That one now, Shena River State, they are being Bayelsa now, they put them now.
But now, I don't know for River State, it's from this community.
Okay.
And Beze is from this community. Efru is from this community. Efru there.
Efru for Wari?
Yes, from this community.
Okay.
See? But according to the history, EROHWA born 4 children. The 4 children, Uku is number 1.
That's the first son.
The first son of EROHWA is Uku. The second son of EROHWA is Ezeo. Then the third son of EROHWA is Eruvi, where we are sitting here. And the second one, we are the third son. Then the fourth son is Uropu, this quarter. See how so? So before the other quarter come, in those days, when they call Kukeni. See how so? Kukeni. See how so? It come. And the history, it was 1973, I believe, and so tonight they want to give back the one quarter in those days.
I want to ask a question. My name is Omo-isoko. I'm from Utwe/Orie in Delta South. The question I want to ask is this. You said EROHWA came into this community. When EROHWA visited this community, were there people living in this community?
No, EROHWA lived at Patani before in those days. Patani. Yeah, so they lived in Patani in those days. So it is because of fight in those days that I make the ship come from this side, come from this side. So
there were people in Patani?
No, Patani said the community then. EROHWA was living.
EROHWA dominated Patani.
Patani in those days.
That is where he settled.
Where he settled when he first come, where he settled. You see how so? So now from there, because of the war in those days, now I make, and those days now water they cover everywhere. They couple locate this side. See how so? So if you come in floor time, there is a floor time, you will see say Patani now water, and EROHWA this side now. From that church, come this side. Then if you drive small here, without the pass here, from here go to engine or Highland, the primary school Highland.
Yeah. So according to a little history, I studied a little history. Like me now, I'm from Utwe, and the Utwe people, they are from Iri. That's why they call them Utwe Iri. My mom is from Orie, and the Orie people, they also migrated from Iri, so they call them Orie Iri. So, and according to little history I studied, I just want to ask the question why, because the main reason why we are going around is to bring the whole of Isoko together. Why? Because Isoko, for me, also, you can testify that Isoko today is suffering. Isoko today is suffering, and if we have to save Isoko, we have to start for our fathers. We don't need to go to the famous, whether I mean the famous like the politicians or the historical kings or the people that doesn't want the good land from Isoko. No, we have to go to the roots, because this is the first community we are visiting. This is the first community, me myself, I'm visiting in Isoko. I decided to come to EROHWA so that I should know where I started from. So what I'm asking is that, according to a little history I studied, they said the third people that visited Isoko land were Benin. According to history, they said the first people that came was from east. They migrated from east down to Benin. Then the second people, they migrated from though the East also migrated to Ijo also. But then from Ijo they migrated to Isoko also. Then the third people that came, they migrated from Benin. Benin migrated from East. Did you have any history? Have you heard any history about it?
What I know, EROHWA come from,
EROHWA and Benin live with me. So this is what I gave the history to one of. Let me go and give later Niger people history. EROHWA and Benin live with the same day. Then EROHWA to stay at what they call EROHWA from Benin. If you go to one place for EROHWA, Benin, there's what they call EROHWA.
Which community in there?
For Gwazowa. Yes.
Yeah.
There's place called EROHWA. So due to those crises in those past donkey years, there's crisis. You know, they are trying to kidnap all these children to make some kind of
that sacrifice, that part of life sacrifice.
Yes. So they had to EROHWA to leave Benin with the people down to Rorokpe. But that problem is too much. That's where the Highness Palace is there. EROHWA stay there. That's very heat there, where they have their shrine. And EROHWA first stay again. They had to move again. Move to as a rich here. Yedi. There's one committee coming Yedi. Say no, to not follow EROHWA to what you move like this. EROHWA through Uwe. They have to move down to Patani here. When they move down to Patani here, Uwe say no. You cannot move with your brother like that. You with your wife, with all your family, they have to go back to Wari and start at here a place. But if you cannot waste that, take my money, I will bring the issue for you, I will put the page for you. Yes, yesterday I was telling one Yoruba boy from Yoruba, yes. It says here the one from Benin, I say no, my friend, don't repeat that statement. Everyone is not from Benin. Everyone is from Benin.
Sir, everyone from, for example, you said you migrated from Ife. Who was his father?
EROHWA is EROHWA.
EROHWA is EROHWA. The father name was?
The father name is Odoni, but EROHWA is the father who migrated with Benin from Ife. But EROHWA had 4 children.
Different kind of histories. You understand me? Which is causing confusion today. You understand me? About the migration of Isoko people, even Urobo and the Shekin. I don't know if you are getting it. So we want to get the truth, the fact, because if your enemy begin to tell you your history, what do you think he will tell you? So it's better we tell ourselves, our children, upcoming children, the true history of ourselves. And that is why this research is going on. So that we have also this good one. Not we say this one, they go tell this one the another thing, they go tell this one another thing. So there is confusion among the children today. So that is why we are doing this. So first of all, before you bring, we know that you have your own proof of book. And that book was written by somebody. It's just like Bible. Bible is written by somebody.
About it. Professor came in, not that this was telling you.
Yeah, even if you talk about professor is human being.
Like me and you.
And professor can also add his own intake in it. No, it's true. I've met a lot of professors. We have met a lot of professors. You understand me? And thank God that Tony of is still alive today. And there's a Chukwemeke from Anambra still alive today. So that we'll be able to know the true history of ourselves than we politicians writing history for us. You know, even some barristers stand today, they make mistakes. Not that they make mistakes, they purposely give you another talk. If something that is straight, they go bend that for their own selfish interest. And people that want to come, they say, so person based on his capacity and his qualification, say no, this person don't write this person don't talk like this. Now so it be. Not knowing that it is a force for him to be able to take care of his family and enrich himself. So now we need the true history, because we've also had different histories from different places. You understand me? So that is why we are here. So that is why I'm telling you that you should hold on for the book.
Okay.
Let us
Brainstorm first.
Yes.
Before the book
will come in.
Yes. Yes.
So like me, I'm coming. EROHWA is EROHWA. EROHWA must be kept. I'm not telling you like that's what my father told me, my forefather. Like this man is for this quarter. It will be. Like me, I'm from that S3 quarter, you people drive motor to. That's okay. That is senior quarter EROHWA have. Senior son. Before my father, grandfather go away, he told me that they are all from Ife. And then to confirm, there's one woman was sent all the way from Ife to this community. It's almost 20 years now. That the sin EROHWA people are doing is too much. No love, nothing. They should make such a sacrifice to the community. And the community has to do it. And the woman said this thing, he left the community. Nobody knows the hour the woman left here. From all the way from here. So what I'm telling you that EROHWA is for influence, my grandfather told me, if those people are not gone away, we are out to take you to one of our secretary general, but that man is gone. When they make meeting, EROHWA is from Ife, and to tell you that clearly, that categorically that EROHWA is from Ife, when EROHWA arrived here, there's no people here. EROHWA settled at the government water side at Patani. That's where there's one shrine, you do what they call Okiale. Okiale is for war. You need to that water. Settled there, but where the crisis, when these people, these people, they call that, Tora Gama, that's for the Van area. EROHWA to move to this place. Then EROHWA said, now, today is the end of our journey. That's EROHWA to settle here. Everybody has to form squatter. Why we were left here back to our that's why I say that's anytime we have festival. The people must go here. If anything happens for a fruit, EROHWA will go there. Where their highness died almost 8 years ago now. I was a person delegated here as well. I was our chairman. Our chairman have left us the rest now. I have to have the poster of the highness in my house. To tell you, say, really, food is from here. But if you want to get under detail, like all you see that most of these people are from Igbo, are very true. Like Uzeri is from Oti. Uzeri. Oti, yeah.
For Bayelsa.
Uzeri from Oti. I know about Uzeri, but I haven't come across another thing. But some people are from Igbo, like Igbide, from Igbide, Igbo side. So that's what even me. Why it's so interesting in diversity and asking me. So can't I only move with IDU president, we go to the meeting, they only tell us this is you so your committee is for social place. But we are all Isokos. We have left, we are living here now, you are now after the neighbor. You cannot go back to but you must know that you have your people migrated from Ijo or Urobo or etc. But EROHWA, I'm still telling you today, EROHWA migrated from Ife. If you get 13 years ago when we were making crisis between Yoruba and Benin, they call on EROHWA people. That time of Aweka, something like that. They call EROHWA. EROHWA have to tell them, say, we and you people left Ife the same day. We are not a senior of Ife. EROHWA is not a senior of Ife, but we left Ife back to leave Ife behind. We settled social place at Benin before we near people to our no place. So my brother, I thank you for your visitation. Yesterday there's a lot of questions like this people are asking me. The boy was Yoruba is selling medicine. Was trying to ask me a question. I said the question is enough. Let me bring the book to testify.
And daddy, please, you should not be angry. Why? Because
you are trying to refresh my brain.
When I was a child, So when I was a child, I remember those days. Our history is being shared like this, not on a piece of paper. But I remember those days, maybe the most elder person will call us, mostly when the moon just set at night. We will sit in one square round, they will be telling us the story. But as time goes on, I began to see stories on books, and those days there were no book. And the reason why we are asking this question, if you people did not pass this message to us, we don't have any message to pass to the next generation. That's why I see that Isoko today is being scattered. There's no unity in Isoko land today. And for unity to come to Isoko land, I believe EROHWA has the major role to play. Why? Because if you want to solve a solution, or if you are looking for a solution for a problem, you have to go for the root. So we don't want to go to those ones that are already reigning, for example. We have to come down to the root, like where we are coming from, with Tabo motor, but no journey too far when you define the truth. That's why we are here. So I will hand over to my brother Ajiro. Thank you so much, sir. Yeah, I like what you said that Bini and EROHWA left Ife at the same time and moved downward. And Oni of Ife made a statement in one of the festival of wealth. And he said that they with the Igbos dwell and live in Ife. They were all living together before they start moving downward towards the east. Yes, towards the east. And now, the east are saying that they are the one that is, they travel, that means they move from the east down to Ife. So they call it Kaiji Ife. That is the language. So that place was named Ife by a Dozuno, by name, one of the son of Oba.
The strongest man at that time. That is the strongest man. That any name they call that is the strongest man.
Okay. Okay. That is a Dozuno. Then Oba is the father of a Dozuno. And Oba is the third son of Eri. Yes. Eri is the seventh son of God. EROHWA. And Eri is the seventh son of Jacob. God. The seventh son of God, the fifth son of God. Then the seventh son of Jacob is God in the Holy Book, which is the Bible. You understand the whole trace now? And they migrated from Egypt, you understand, down to the place they call Omambala today. And this third son is that Oba, who the son of Oba came down to Ife. You understand me? So later they start moving towards back to the eastern region where their forefather is. You understand me now? So, and according to the Oni of Ife, said all of them were all there, that even that very particular festival is owned by the Igbos. And that festival that is owned by the Igbo, that the Igbo are supposed to be here and they are celebrating it, but they are just the custodians of that very particular celebration of wealth. And that they learn it from their father, Obatola. That is his statement. And now, whenever we, the Isoko people, Yoruba and the Shekiri, we are in the west, for example, Lagos and anything, if there is issue that comes up, they will say, you people and Igbos are the same. Especially if it happens to me. They seized my downfall. When I was arguing, they said, I said, look at my name. My name is Ajiro Ene. Look at my driver's license. Look at my name. They say, all of them are Igbo. Now they say, because they were calling me Omo-isoko.
I said, no, I'm not Omo-Igbo, I'm an Isoko man. They say, no, all of you are the same. Go back home and ask your elders. If you go to the north, when they are killing Igbo or Igbo have issue with anybody, they start killing Isoko people and they start fighting them. What happened? We are not Igbo. They say, no, all of you are the same. It is only when we come down to this side, politicians will begin to tell us that you and Igbos are not the same. So now, sir, as a father, because you are not telling us that you people, that is EROHWA, the first community, that is our forefather, left Ife and Benin coming back, because we still have the history about some part of the history about Benin, which is Dozino, which you are confirming it now that he was one of the strongest men. You understand me? So when they were coming back, so which means that history is right, that the Igbos and the Isoko people have the same ancestral father. Is it true or not?
It's true now.
It's true. Okay. Do you have any other thing to say? Please go ahead.
I will want to ask a question concerning when I studied a little about Benin, because the name Benin came from the Portuguese. The Portuguese were the first to call them Benin. Before the name Benin, they were calling them Igodomigodo. And before the name Igodomigodo, they were calling them the Idu. Idu. I-D-U. Idu. And when you trace the history of the Idu began from a place in Benin called Udo, not Benin. Because Udo is towards the Esa. You know, presently they'll say Isha. Like Isoko, for example, you know, the language, people like, I'm from Orie. If you want to pronounce it, it's Ore, not Orie. Orie is an English word. So because of the English language today, we began, like, I wish you didn't hold the dialect of this place or the name. They would have turned it to Arewa, for example, like Yoruba, Hausa, this. So it's the name. So they changed the name from Ore to Orie. Why? Because they put it to O. Because they are, in those days, according to history, less than 500 years, there were not some alphabet in the letter. But when British took over, that was it. And I want to ask a question. The question is this: if the Benin and EROHWA left Ife the same day, how come do we come from Benin?
Okay, thank you, my fellow. Like I see people come visit EROHWA, maybe you have a friend follow you down to this EROHWA. As you reach EROHWA, the friend will remain. You people move ahead. That's why EROHWA has to move their very time.
Okay. Also, like what I want to talk is this, please, you people have this history. Because if we say maybe we give our elders, let me say elders, I mean, I'm not talking about the root elders. You know, we have two classes of elders in Isoko land now. We have the politic elders and the main elders. Most of Isoko history is being taught by the politics elders. Anything when they tell us, now we will take. So they always tell us waiting will favor them. That's why Isoko they distract it to me. They don't care. Maybe when they stop any story, the next thing, maybe they carry their small money or something, they don't carry their family, travel, go abroad. Instead of development to come to EROHWA, for example, they will shift all the money and push it to their family in abroad. How will Isoko develop when the people are abandoning Isoko instead of taking care of Isoko? So the reason why I say we will come again is that we will still be coming to you people. People should not neglect us. I will say on behalf of those that are coming, I might not be the one coming again, but I'm just pleasing that please you people should be telling us the truth about ourselves, because who's them was our Isoko. for Isoko to become strong again, like we talked about our forefathers, they fought for this land to make sure that we are alive today. If our fathers never fought for this land, for we to be alive, by now Isoko for no they exist again. But they fought and they defend themselves. Like I know Isoko, for example, they say Isoko Tolopia. So our elders, they were fighting with their blood, not with gun, not with anything, but they were fighting. And most of all those cutlass, I don't know how they made it. Some say they make some, they'll start it out of wood. I remember those days when I did small, now wood now to the two our cutlass. So, but all those things today, they fade away. And those are the only things that can restore back Isoko. So one of the purpose why we are going around is to make sure that Isoko dignity is being restored. Because matter in your no born now. Our children will be saved with them. If we didn't restore the dignity for them, they will suffer more than us.
This is my uncle, never died before. He told me history about the soup of the Niger. The soup of the Niger. That history. The history that covered all Isoko, and it was written by the white man. See also the soup of the Niger. Niger Delta. That book now, I believe now, God official and Ibadan. Nide Utiso. That's
He's the one of the Niger.
the soup of the Niger.
I'm coming. Actually, hold on. Also, you allow the invader to write your history. He will never tell the truth about you. You know, when you are fighting with someone, and after finishing the battle, there's someone who you were fighting with began to tell your child what happened. Don't expect the person to tell the truth about it to your child. Like you said about the book that was being written by the white man. I studied a book. Also, I've been very far. I come from very far. In 1902, there was war between the Isoko and the white people. Yes. In 1902, there was a serious war between the Isoko and the white people. And the history said, when the British came through Warri, they met the people at the riverside area. And according to history, they said, according to history of Nigeria, they said the people that lived at the riverside are Isoko people. And according to that history, they said, and those people fought the British and sent them back. When they returned back, they came with Christianity. There was nothing like Christianity in Isoko land until 1910. Also, yes, sir. Okay. So this same British that our parents, our ancestors, let me say for example, EROHWA 5, let me use it for example, now came back and brought a book which that is showing to me that this is our history. That book that they brought to us, our fathers threw them away. When our father passed out, they now came to we, the present children, and gave it to us that this is what your history, this is what this. Also, that book, is there any truth inside that book, or there will be lie? It's just a question.
According to the answer that I can give to you, my late uncle told me that in those days, when the white men they go to a community, they have to ask. As they ask you, as they talk, they write. As they talk, they write. So they take Wakadi Isoko truth. That's how they take Wakadi Isoko around.
In which language, if I may ask, which language? Because in those days, Isoko always speak, because there was nothing like English in this land. Like, I will use this for example. Metobo Ota Yibono, Adorish abroad. And if you go to the white man's land, every country speak their own language. For example, the Catholic were the first to
visit this land. And the Catholics speak Roman, which is Italian language. They don't speak English language. So if the Catholics speak Roman language, for example, when they come to Isoko, which language they use to communicate with the Isoko language? When they say the coffee, they write with the Isoko people, they tell them.
According to the language they speak, they give them. And they used to the right.
So
we are speaking Isoko for them. So maybe they'll get interpreter or somebody can interpret for say anything like this.
Do you know why? Our only weakness when our former highness king was alive. For this time, I can say that it's almost 50 years now. When he's alive, when there's white men come into this community, through lodge all the way from
Omo-isoko, yes. From Igbide, Omo-isoko.
When they lodged at me, I was with them. That's how they small. They were answering, recording some kind of things. But the last word I heard, it is my name, my grandmother called. God did you?
See, Daddy was talking about Western world. If you go to Europe, if you go to Europe, for example, if they want to address black person with their dialect, because everywhere in Europe have their own dialect. If they want to address black person, it's either they call you Nero or Negro, not black. So it was during the time of slavery that some group of people decide to call themselves black. Why? Because the oppression in America was very hard. That was when this name also came white, because nobody is white. I mean, this one might be white. There's nobody come this color. And where is black? I think this is black. Yes. There's nobody on earth that has this color. So you know, our history is very, 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 very critical. But one of the main purposes why we do work out, we are trying to bring little history for our children. But out of that little history, we want to unite them together. Because it is only you, because if we continue like this, I will bring my own ideology. Like what I talk, according to the history I study. I studied also in Europe. I saw some book I read. I saw some here in Africa. I saw some in the prison. I not go there people. I went there for something. So I saw the book. I just said, okay, let me open it. So, and one of the things that makes me to take this movement is my God and we are now children of the Most High God. You understand? I found out that it was through Christianity they destroyed Isoko land. Why? Because after the war of EROHWA, this same British, when Daddy did talk, the white people came and they were asking questions, they was writing books. These same white people, they were the same people that the power, Daddy said it, that there was a God, let me use the word God, there was a power that was protecting this land. They deceived one of you and you take that power and sold it to the white people. And the white people took that power to their land. So that power became a slave to the white people. And the anger of that power is what is destroying Isoko today. Why? Because the protection, the shade, the umbrella that covered the land is no more.
Have been taken away by the white people. And these same white people are the one that is now writing your history for you. And how do we not take the same history that our enemy wrote?
So
it's difficult to.
You see, so we are bringing something because we need to be free. See, today I'm alive today. I might not be alive tomorrow. But before I leave, at least I have to educate the ones that will be alive, right? Because these are the ones that will represent us. Like our ancestors are no longer here today, but we are here. Our ancestors live for us, so we have to live for the next generation. And the only way for we to live for the next generation is to set the truth. Why? Because it is only the truth that will make Isoko free. The truth is not by reading the books they wrote for us. The truth is for we to start reasoning.
Majiro. Let us think. The things that our ancestors were doing that we did wrong. You know, for example, Major Man, you know, you are elder. Isoko no Isoko Tolopia. That time when I did small for there, there's one song Isoko used to sing. I don't say you know, if I just sing that was you know. Tururu woman, tururu woman. Also, did I lie?
No.
That song is a song of war. Also, I lie.
No.
Those are the songs they used to fight the same people that gave us Christianity. Those are the songs that they used to fight the same people that came to steal the power. Then, if they sing that song, people for year they go down here. The one for that side they go down here. So everybody go everybody that direction. No, they no go say this place too far. No, everybody will be point towards that direction. Maybe woman was here, but today is that unity anymore. So where there is no unity, how can we be this? Let's forget about those ones that are playing politics. They have nothing to offer. Those ones don't have say for Isoko. The day Isoko children will decide, and the only decision will begin from the unity of Ireland. If the father can unite his children together, not the traditional rulers that have become politicians, not the politicians, but the younger generation. Also, Isoko will create unity, and our ancestors, wherever will be happy. Like today, Arewa, for example, we are not happy with Isoko. That's why you see that the whole of he's the father of Isoko, but you see today the whole of you see today you see the whole of Isoko is scattered. Why? Because the father, which is our father here, our ancestor that found us, is not happy with us.
Okay. Thank you so much. Before I leave, let me just use this as a summary, because this is one of the things I've just learned today, and I'm very, very happy about it. And that is the issue about the Isoko and the Igbos having the same ancestral father. At least that has been established here, based on the Isoko and the Benin living at the same time from Ife, coming back. So what Oni of Ife said is true.
It's true now.
You understand me?
It's true.
Then what Eze Chukwuemeka, the custodian of a throne in Anambra, that is Aguleri, because he is the most senior king, the progenitor of Eri, that is the first DC in the whole Igbo land. He is the highest king. So he said that means what he said is as well the truth. You understand me? Because he said all of us from Benin down to this side, all of them come from Eri. The first son, the history is there too. So what you just told us today has confirmed that, being the first son of Isoko. I don't know if you are understanding me. That is the number one and the only fact and the truth that we have been able to establish today. You understand me? Then, coming back to the book of the history that the white man wrote for us and all the rest of them, I, Fidelis Ajiro and Budago from my Araya community, I never accepted.
Yeah, they said
and there is no way. Yes, I know. They told me about the history of the Bible that fell. I asked them some questions about it. You understand me?
No,
and they have not been able to establish that. But then, let me stop here.
How will they stand?
Sir.
But we are telling the fact what we are grappling to do. Like I can say that you people say that we are, if you just look at this thing, really you will see everything. We are not from Benin. Yeah. If everyone Benin migrated from Israel this time and they stay at Benin, we migrated from Benin, they speak called EROHWA for Benin. That I'm telling you, but if you are a Jirogan, you are telling EROHWA that EROHWA people is telling you like.
No, that's not what I'm saying. No,
wait, I'm coming. Daddy, please.
Wait, make me read that, please, man.
Okay. Much certainly surrounding the presence of that EROHWA clan was actually founded. There was two strong versions of the essence of the oldest kingdom that became included in Isoko clan. The essentialities and usually never means confirmation of the great clan was not a part of Isoko people, but how the foundation has many years behind it, which we have all lost to time due to lack of rating. Civilization. The first historical account claimed them as obligation because it was claimed that they were not part of any migration of any time. This ledger went further to state that the people have greater history behind them. They have never lived elsewhere, therefore no connection with Benin. We're talking of EROHWA now. Benin, safe, sharing a common boundary with the Agbo. They say Benin have a common boundary as Agbo.
Yes.
They push forward their position by starting that they have their own distinct language that they share with nobody or other side from part of Uwe. EROHWA have no other. We don't get other language apart from Uwe. When they speak EROHWA, you don't go here again. But Uwe person day you go here. Wow. Well, where are you?
Yes.
The Baba on your what?
I know. We know that one.
That's what they are now telling us. Of course, we are not for the same with town Benin.
Yeah, we know that one. Okay.
People who have been claimed to have migrated from their climb and speaking similar language. Secondly, the statue of the water goddess. I don't know this before. Called Okiale.
Yes, Okiale, water goddess.
Okiale became the place in Patani. I don't know like that.
Yeah. That's what it is.
So then that is certainly occupied by a CMS church. Yeah, the CMS church.
You dey hear now?
Yeah.
Say that place is presently occupied by CMS church,
Which I'm saying.
which Adam brought
Yes.
from my community.
Suggesting that as no African clan built us temple, being that their ancestral in the foreigner land, it could therefore be deducted that the settle was once occupied by EROHWA, EDG. Just as they occupy that place, the Igbos and Benin migrated, who forced them to be a part of Isoko nation, came and meet them in the making their plans further on their abilities, just as to being situated later migrate came to meet them in different occupants by the people who later formed what they became the Isoko country.
That's Isoko nation.
Isoko nation, I become Isoko.
Yes.
But if you read that go, EROHWA is not from
Yes. And we agreed.
Very well. This land is still inside the Bible, but our people, they not going to tell you the truth. They don't preach the Bible and they don't preach the truth. like he said, nation of Eri. Eri is inside the Bible.
Genesis
God,
chapter 46
God,
from verse 16.
you know, we are the lineage of God, the sons of Jacob. Like I will say this, the first person, Sam, also the first person that told me that, this was a white man, and the white man told me I was shedding tears. I said, why are you shedding tears? I said, because you don't know who you are, white. Because you know, when I tell you, say where you came from, I make sure the place. He said you are from both Eastern River. I say yes. The man said, say this is your lineage and this is where you are coming from. The man was sharing tears. So I began to search. You understand? When I searched this, the picture Chicago and organ, God can never be man, and man can never be God. No matter how man try to choose his way or try to shape his way can never become God's way. God's way always will be God's way. So when they wrestle with angel, now I go to angel, say unless you bless me, I will never let you go. So I cannot leave this land without a blessing at all. This is my roots, and this is the first time my leg is stepping upon this road. We would have come some days ago. Yes. I told him yesterday, I slept and I know they're comfortable. He said, well, I said, because I need to go. I said, there's something they draw me, say, man, no go here. I said, no. I said, I need to break that. He said, anything it will take for us to come here, we must come here. But when good things they come, things that we going to bring up since scatter.
Now yesterday, now that is why we can't feast.
I told him, I said today, all our movement today should be cancelled, whether good or bad.
I'm also going to my EROHWA. You was a woman and Komare. No, Omo-isoko. I need you to boss a man. Come on, back home, Komare. They might be so good as 0 They might job they were going to work and marry. On the zero, I told you, and what did you in a rocker? Yana bowed the boobin, what was you in a rocker? In a gissed banner or a brown wire or is a copy line of a territory. No, you budget to work. On no matter where in the banner, when I yassing it out to the business. Or I knew to work on the room of a rocker. Man, was a look more than a 2 days. Yeah, that's why I come up on me. Just because